Chopper means that's just the word.
Chopper is joy is got to be joy and pa.
That's what you know.
Yeah.
Are you what part of the world, sir?
I think the nearest to come in of the state.
Oh, so Chopper and Kikipa. Can you tell me, sir? A simple question, sir. The first lady of Nigeria, should she make food? Should the first lady make food for her husband?
The best woman to make food for her husband.
So, are you of the opinion that the first lady of Nigeria should make food for her husband?
I have just said so. In fact, nobody makes my food other than my wife. So I should be surprised if the first lady does not make food to the first man.
You shouldn't be surprised, sir, because she is also busy with her office as a first lady.
My brother, office or no office, there is one front. The home front. The home front is the front where the woman, the wife serves the husband.
Oh, okay, interesting. So what's the difference? What's that difference in cooking for in a wife cooking for her husband and a maid cooking for her? Interesting, sir.
Not to keep quiet on this matter. You are killing our people back home.
Mr. Trump, please blow your trumpet.
I have so many friends going to your countries trying to get rich.
Hello viewers, welcome to the Oracle live on television Nigeria. The Oracle is a 1-hour free consultation clinic on governance, the democratic process, peace and security matters, and global strategic issues. The Oracle is hosted by Odenta, my humble self. I'll be a guide for the 1-hour show airing every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. The concept of the Oracle is simple. The past is rich with wisdom. The present is knowledge. The future possibility of mankind is how do we prophesy the things to come and the things to happen. That is what we tend to do and achieve in this engaging and profoundly illuminating show, The Oracle, on television Nigeria.
Not to keep quiet on this matter.
I'll be a guide for a 1-hour show airing every Wednesday, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. The concept of the oracle is simple. The past is rich with wisdom. The present is knowledge. The future possibility of mankind is how do we prophesy the things to come and the things to happen. That is what we tend to do and achieve in this engaging and profoundly illuminating show, The Oracle, on television Nigeria.
No to keep quiet on this matter. They are killing our people back home.
Mr. Trump, please blow your trumpet.
I have so many friends.
What's the difference between a food prepared by the maid and a food prepared by the wife? Well, in fact, true, for me, and this is my advice, personally, yes, I will not allow anyone to cook. Except to cook, except for my wife, because I believe with her, I have to life to her. When somebody can collaborate to somewhere outside that, maybe, because I'm pushing me, okay, they will future. Yes, yes, and future. But I understand before I got married with her, I approached her for some time, when she know my habit, I know her habits. So I'm not allowed someone to come and cook outside except my wife. Because my life is like that. But are there different tastes? Is there different tastes between the food made by your wife and made by somebody else? Is the taste different? Yeah, the taste difference. Right. Because Islamically, anytime you think about what it is, and I get to the words, then Absalom. I'm getting the word. What's the what you put in your study? You taste the difference. You eat the food, you taste the difference. And even my tummy will just full of tummy full of because I was here, yes, on the road. Yes, brother, thank you very much. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Okay, I have a question for you. Now, should the president's wife, as the first lady, still cook for her husband?
Yes, it's supposed to be cooking for her husband because the husband said it that he doesn't want the wife to be any appointment or political appointment. He doesn't need any first lady. That the wife is right because to cooking for him.
So, in other words, according to the president, this president,
yes,
his wife should not cook for him.
The wife is cooking for him.
Okay, sorry. The wife should cook for him.
Yes.
And leave the first lady say.
Yes.
But you as a president, would your wife cook for you?
Yes, my wife is cooking for me.
Yeah. As president, what do you mean?
No, if I'm a president, I will allow my wife to be cooking for me.
How about the maids, the house helps, the people you pay to cook?
You know, cook food is different by somebody's wife. When you marry, the opportunity that make you to marry is because you allow your wife to be cook.
Okay, so I think I get the point. So what's the difference between the food where your wife cook and the food where you cook?
The food that your wife cook, the food, when you taste it, you will know that it is an art that you cook this food.
Okay, they carry some of your heart, but this I think cook.
It's not like that. When you show love, when you show love to somebody, anything that is doing, you will know that that food is very sweet. It's just like if somebody loves a mother of child. When you love a mother of child, you will see that you will begin to love the child. But when you didn't love the mother, the angels will come.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Hello, good afternoon to you. What's the name, sir?
My name is Ian. Well,
Ian. Well, sir, can you greet me again in your language?
about the mother.
Young bum. Did I get it right?
You got it right.
All right, okay. Back to the show.
Perhaps you're speaking French or Chinese, I don't know.
Okay, you know, what you just spoke
steps up from the president.
So is this about worth now?
Yes, because when you know your worth as a wife, you know your obligations and duties in the house, so you have to do it. Rather than getting out to
APC governor.
Okay. So what's the difference between the food made by the housemaid and the food made by the president's wife?
Well, for me, I like to eat the food from the because I want to see how I will make my food for my housemaid. For me, always, we are taking a place of my life.
Interesting. So I was cooking. This is cooking two sides.
I talk about cooking. I think there are varieties of what makes this cooking. You understand? But again, if you are talking about continental food that she does not know how to cook, and my husband know how to cook, then I can accept that. But if you talk about the worker that she understands how to cook, oh fine, she can do that for me.
So in other words, you as a person now, which one of the wives have you cooked? She's could be a widow, a viper,
yes, you know, if she cook, if she's a big cooking, the guy cook all the continental. Oh, I like the food. I mean, she's going to go.
Thank you so much. It's been an exciting episode on this show, Ordinary Parliament on the Street. Of course, with your boy, the Senate President of the Parliament. Yeah, that's me. MC Diamond is the name, the divinity that trusts humanity. The Optimus Primus. I've been communicating and I've been interacting with so many senators on the street. And of course, their response are super epic. Of course, let's do this again tomorrow. Same time, same station. Is Television Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Alright, you're watching Television Nigerian, and it's been fun getting the views of Nigerians on the street. If I were the president and you were the first lady, what would be the first meal you give to me when the day breaks?
The big question is, should I even cook for you as the first lady?
Oh boy.
All right, it's a beautiful day right here in the nation's capital, and you are watching Daybreak Nigeria right here on Television Nigeria. My name is Cynthia Agbo. Now let's go back. Yes.
Okay, and I am the president for now on Daybreak Nigeria, and asking my first lady to make me a meal, and she says she's not going to do that. But I would not take you so serious. I'll take it like a...
You won't take it
joking.
so serious.
All right.
What makes you think I'm joking? If I decide not...
You had the views of Nigerians on the street.
What did you say? That is the view. That is single opinions, okay? And now this is you asking me, as the first lady, will I cook a meal? The question is, do I even want? I have so many meetings to go to. I have
your first
president's wives meetings to attend to different countries. I have so many engagements. I can make sure that the house is stocked with food stuff, and I don't have to be the one to go to the market. But anyway, don't mind me. I would definitely cook something for my husband. Of course, that one.
Okay, more like it.
It's a static. You don't have to negotiate that at all. But that will not. Let's face the fact. It won't be often. But at least you definitely do that, because not every time you be at home. Sometimes work take you out, except you want a housewife.
Okay, true to the words, for us Nigerian men, we are also very skilled in cooking. So if the first lady doesn't want to get to the kitchen,
Can you cook?
we can actually get to the other room. Of course I could.
What did you just say?
We'll go to the other room.
Anyway, let's go straight to what we have for today. Now, of course, you know, every day comes up with so many interesting things. And as Nigerians, we always have so many things to look out for. We have things happening in Nigeria. We have things happening outside Nigeria. So apart from the fact that we have stories from the foreign scene, we just want to talk about our concerns. What are those things bothering you when you look at your surroundings?
I think I'll go with what's actually happening with the ruling party. Talking about the APC, they had a meeting yesterday trying to resolve issues as regards the tenure elongation, and it ended with no very definite, headlines or what was expected. And we hear the president say, reverse the tenure elongation by one that you did for 1 year, and so that there will be peace. But it looks like the APC is not having it all their way, and so it means that 2019 could just be anybody's game.
Anyway, he likes to go political, but while me, on the other hand, I would say one of the things that really gets my day pumping is when I look around, I see a whole lot of things. Coming from Cross River State, for example, one of the concerns I have is the fact that every single time when we look at Cross River State before now used to be a very, very amazing place and is known for tourism. And I'm not talking about the beautiful mills around that part. But let's talk about the mills right now. But recently, we've been having a whole lot of different, not so friendly or nice stories coming from that part. First of all, it was a complaint of the town becoming not as beautiful as it used to be. That's saying that the present governor is not really doing enough to keep it as a tourism state. That you go there and you find a whole lot of deaths, not being exactly, and it's a cause of concerns to the people in Calabar, the capital. I said the capital. Yes, the state capital. Yes. So. And apart from that, there have been a series of communal clashes in Cross River State, and it's really, I think that the government should try to do something about that. And then just recently, we had the story of the Okuni women, going out and, will I call it a protest now, when the women were raped in front of their husband. That is the height of
very appalling.
Very, very appalling, I must say. So I think that something should be done in Cross River State in Calabar, because we know that place to be a home of tourism and, of course, fun fair. So if we start hearing negativity from that region, people will definitely be scared of going there to have fun.
All right, well said. Still looking at issues, hopefully we will be getting a guest in the studios to look at the challenges facing Nigeria's security architecture, and also talking about Leah Shiribu, one of the Dapchi girls still in the captivity of the insurgents. We'll be looking at the issue, what are the consequences of that action there. We hope Kevin Fineface, who is a security expert, will be coming into the studios to join us look at that. Well, it's now time for us to hit the foreign scene. Let's give you the big stories making the rounds, and you kickstart for us.
Okay, so days after speculation, it has been confirmed that North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has visited China. The visit, confirmed by China and North Korea, was Kim's first known foreign trip since taking office in 2011. Also, Kim held successful talks with the Chinese leader Xi Jinping in Beijing. China's Xinhua news agency reported. Also, China is North Korea's main economic ally, and it was thought highly likely it will consult Beijing before planned summit with South Korea and the U.S. Now, Kim is due to meet South Korean President Moon Jae in April and U.S. President Donald Trump in May. All
right, still giving you the big stories. Gold castings of the hand of South Africa's first black president, talking about Nelson Mandela, has been sold for $10 million and in Bitcoin. Canadian cryptocurrency exchange firm, talking about arbitrage, bought forecast from South African businessman, talking about Malcolm Duncan. The firm said it planned to launch a global golden hands of Nelson Mandela tour to educate young people about the anti-apartheid icon's life. This is the first time an artifact of Mandela have been sold in Bitcoin. And I think it's good. Talking about Mandela, who was jailed for 27 years for fighting white minority rule in South Africa. He was released in 1990 and served as president from 94 to 1999. I think awesome. I
think if he has that, just to dead, but I think it's a very good honor, and it's a very good. But that's huge. $10 million. If you change it, wow, that's big money. Well, I don't know. When I hear money, I feel really excited. But it's a good one. All right, so moving on to our next story. Definitely, we have a lot of things happening in the foreign scene. And moving on to our next story, you want to help us with that?
Yeah, we've got 8 leading newspaper columnists have resigned from Kenya's largest media group, talking about citing a loss in editorial independence in a joint statement. It suggested government interference in the nation media group, talking about NMG, said it regretted the columnist's position and it believed in independence, fairness, and balance. The resignation comes at a time when government had been accused of cracking down on the media. In January, we had several newspaper houses that were state-owned, including NMG-owned NTV, were pulled off air for their planned coverage of the mock presidential inauguration of opposition leader, talking about Ryan Odinga. I think it's just political.
I think the media should be allowed to be independent, exactly. All right, so a national memorial service is due to take place in honor of the French police officer who died saving the lives of hostages in a supermarket siege by an Islamist gunman. And Lieutenant Colonel Arnold Beltrim, 44, was killed after he traded places with one of the captives following a shooting spree in southern France on 23 March. His coffin will be taken through Paris ahead of the service at Les Invalides. President Emmanuel Macron will lead the ceremony, and the French leader will deliver a eulogy in front of Colonel Bertram's friends, family, and colleagues, as well as members of the public gathered to pay their respects.
All right, definitely pay respect to someone who deserves it. It's time for us to get to know Nigeria.
This is the beautiful part. It's always good for you to know Nigeria. And the big question is, how well do you know Nigeria? Now, if you have learned a lot, definitely you have to tell a friend to keep watching the Daybreak Nigeria show, because at this point, it's where you get to know Nigeria. Now, firstly, the Nigerian version of movie productions started over 50 years ago with the like of Latola Films in 1962 and Company Nigeria Limited anchoring the escapade. Historically, Latola Films was the first and LS film production company in Nigeria, started movie production as far back as 1962.
Were you born there?
If I said yes, what would you do?
That would be awesome. All right, so we've got the name Nollywood was coined to resemble the big shot in the industry, Bollywood and Hollywood, with the Indian film industry and that of America, respectively. So Nollywood is where you go to.
I think it's a good name, Nollywood. We are so Nolly. All right, so men like Kenneth Okonkwo, Kanayo Kanayo, and Bob Manuel Odogu are the Nigerian version of Die Hard actors. They made a first impression of what a film looks like. They starred alongside other selected Igbo cast in the earliest of Nigerian home video, Living in Bondage. You remember that movie, right?
First hit movie.
Yes, produced by Kenneth Nebwa, when films were shot with VHS cameras and edited in television studios using a couple of, gun extinct VCR machines.
All right, so it's time for us to go to the bigger picture. Let's get to know Africa and the world civilization began in Africa. Talking about the pharaonic civilization of ancient Egypt is the oldest literary civilization according to historical records. The Egyptian state dates back to about 3300 BC.
I've been trying to learn the hieroglyphic kind of writing, which was the first.
Yeah, I could teach you if you pay some.
Do you even know how to do it?
Oh boy.
Do you
even test me?
I know you don't. All right. Islam is the dominant religion in Africa. Christianity is the second. Arabic is also the most widely spoken language in Africa. About 380 Christians are projected to be living in sub-Saharan Africa, SSA, by 2050.
All right, Africa is the most centrally located continent in the world. Both the prime meridian and longitude and the equator, talking about cut across it. That tells you why we're so balanced.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100% sure.
Okay, so moving on. Africa's largest country is Sudan. It has a total area of 9,607, 940 square miles. That's 2.5 million km2. Now, the smallest country on the continent is the Seychelles, which is an island nation covering just 453 kilometers.
How could Sudan be larger than Nigeria? Okay,
it's
I'm going to check that. I'm
possible.
going to check that out.
It's
Okay,
possible.
let's put your IQ to the test. We've got a flip-flop test now. Which
Don't-
country had
I'm to start.
Nicholas?
I'm to start. I'm to start.
Thank you, please, smart
I'm
word.
to start.
Okay.
I'm to start.
I'll allow you in.
Which country had Nicolas Sarkozy as president? Let me give you the answer.
Don't worry, and it's France. Which year is known to have the last full eclipse of the sun? Which year? And the year looks very close. It looks like the year we're in.
No, it's not 2018. Don't
It
even
is.
start.
2018 is the answer. All right, which animal is
Why you
reputed
not
for its
acting like?
vision, precision?
What is your
strength?
question? It's my turn.
Okay.
It's
missed
my
this one.
turn. Good. Which animal is reputed for its vision, precision, and strength in flight?
Just think about the super eagles and you know the answer.
Hmm.
It's an eagle.
Now, which part of Nigeria has the most beautiful women?
Oh boy, I think the studio manager will have an answer. Hey.
No. Let's
got knack.
leave it out of this. Tell me, which
Okay.
part of Nigeria has the
We
most
have
beautiful?
the northern part, we've got the eastern part, the southern part, the western part. I think they all.
No, don't play politics right here. Which part of Nigeria
I've
has
mentioned
the
the
most
past.
beautiful women? Which part? Just name one part that has the most beautiful women.
I'll go for the.
Just look at me and think of where I'm from, and then you tell me the part that has the most beautiful women.
I'll go for the Yorubas.
No, that's not true.
But they've got beautiful women.
No, I disagree.
Okay, let's go to the south. I know they've
Yes.
got PP women.
Yeah, we have beautiful Djibouti
Djibouti.
women.
Okay, like, all right, let's leave the Djibouti out of it.
All right, so yeah, basically, all the women in Nigeria are beautiful. Whether you're from the north, you're from the east, south, you are definitely beautiful. And no one is more beautiful than those. Some can have more Djibouti than the other.
All right, I wasn't there. All right, that's how we wrap it up on the flip-flop test. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking at the big stories making the rounds right here in Nigeria. Welcome back from that quick break. You're still watching television Nigerian, and it's Daybreak Nigeria, the breakfast show where you get all the big stories and discourse just to ensure that you're well informed. Today we're looking at the challenges of Nigerian security architecture, and also we'll be looking at the Leah Sharibu's continuous detention at the last of the Deputy Chief girls that was released, yet to be released. We'll be looking at what her continuous detention means for us, and we have make a very sweeping allegation that the Nigerian military colluded with the headsmen in the killings that have been going on, and lots of reactions have occurred. I want to look at what are the challenges you think is truly facing the Nigerian security architecture, and not forgetting the Deputy girl that is yet to be released, her continuous detention. Is it likely to cause religious upheaval in the country?
Well, if when we look at the entire Nigerian security architecture, one thing we need to understand is that we have to look at the history of the Nigerian security architecture. As we speak currently, there's been this bedeviling of ethno-religious sentiments in the Nigerian security architecture. Danjuma's statement wasn't out of place. He's been in the military, served in military events, and I think he actually has not called anything different. He has not said anything different. Self-defense is in our constitution. By law, you are allowed to defend yourself. If you think there's an imminent danger from an external force, whatever way you can defend yourself, you can defend yourself. By law, you're not allowed to carry up arms without being given permission, and you're only allowed to carry, the double barrel is there, you can get the license and operate with it. If that is there, and I'm in my home, someone will come to kill me, and I fold my hands and say, government, come, and government is not coming, what should I do? Because I will defend myself. With whatever is available, I run away from that environment, I hide somewhere, or I look for some help, or I gather some other persons to become a formidable force, become human shield. That is possible. So he has not made a statement out of any context. The controversy behind the statement is that some people come up to say, look, hey, this man was the one who was Minister of Defense when, Zaki Bian and the rest leveled down, and all of that. For crying out loud, we need to go back to all of that. If it was not punished when that was happened, then why are you bringing it up now when you made the statement? Is that something he's saying that we should look at? That there's collusion? Does he know much? As a senior military officer, if we have a military intelligence, he's entitled to it. He has people that have worked with him, that he has also had that he brought into the system. Tokenism. We want to be able to give him intelligence. We'll give him timely information. We have, you saw the past president, every now and they come up with one letter or the other, or make statements. We saw those kind of statements. See, I believe until the state begins to take the rightful place as a state, there's no one individual that should be bigger than the state. No one individual should be bigger than the state. But what we have in this country, we have different people who are operating like states in a state. So it's difficult. If people are involved in coups and they don't get punished, then you'll find things like that. If people do things and they don't get punished, if you think you make a statement that is that's seditious and you can't be arrested or be invited by the police, then something is wrong. So until we get into professionalism, why hasn't the IG invited him? Why hasn't the DGDSS hasn't invited him? Why haven't the military invited him to this time if he had made a statement that is seditious? Why? Because of ethnic religious coloration. You see that they've not been able to call him to someone explain to us what you meant by this. Rather, the army released a statement to say they were disappointed that they made that kind of statement and all of that, and started explaining themselves. That wasn't what they were supposed to do. They were supposed to invite him to come and explain. But what they have done now, they've given him that hair to say he's a state within a state and he's a powerful man. No. It became who he is by reason of Nigerians' benevolence. So we should call him to order to say this statement you're making is going to incite the people to begin to carry up arms, and before it's happening, we're going to be having different unrest. Is it that you're telling us something we don't know? Please come and explain to us. When ex-President Obasanjo made a statement that Jonathan was recruiting 1,000 snipers and all of that, and they never invited him. See, it continued. You can't make an allegation, such an allegation, and nobody saying anything to you. Even if you're past president, no. The state made you the president, so the state has the right to invite you in.
The fact that they didn't invite him, does that also tell us that probably the state or the army is as guilty as being alleged?
Not necessarily so. The inability of inviting him is also as a result of this, ethnic religious coloration. Probably there is a feeling, maybe they must have done, an analysis that if we invite him to create another, unrest, because some people will say, why do you invite him? And some people, we have a country where the Nigerian security architecture had actually failed in an intelligence gathering. The Dapchi, abduction, for instance, that shouldn't happen.
The abduction and the release, does it make it look like this?
It's actually a child's play. It's more like, I think more like what used to happen in the Niger Delta during the kidnapping. You saw where the security agencies will collude with the kidnappers to kidnap, someone of interest, and they'll look for ransom. They pay the ransom and they share the booty and they move on. This happened in the South region, in the Niger Delta region, and kidnapping became a going concern, as a business that people started. The East took over and took it to another level, and they were kidnapping everything that they could find. Now, kidnapping is also in the north, in the north central. You find out that this is happening. Now, Boko Haram came up with the Chibok abduction thing, and they saw the attention that was given. That this is fine. For me, there's a conspiracy that I got to say about that. That kidnap that took place in in Chibok. Because there's a conspiracy theory to undermine the government of the day, to embarrass the government of the day, to show the cluelessness of the government of the day. Why do we have international press coverage just immediately after, the abduction? I mean, they were all there without even security clearance, and they covered that place. The publicity that was given to that Chibok was unbelievable. Suddenly things went bad. When they were asked them to carry the girls, embarrass the government of the day. But when they saw the international, recognition and publicity attention, the guys changed tactics and said, we need more money. Because, we knew that these girls were in Borno, in Meduguri, for a few months. They knew about that. The intelligence report showed that. Before they started dispersing them, to look for more money. Now they released some of them we knew what happened, we saw the news, so all those things are in the public domain. Why would that shit happen? Is the question I think the press should be asking. I think the fourth estates need to begin to change our style in all of these areas. Their inability to do that will make those of the north to be more disadvantaged in terms of enrollment, in school enrollment. But who wants to send his daughter or the son to school where they will be adopted and be used as a pawn to share some financial benefit,
Okay. Let's take you back a little bit. Challenges of the Nigerian security architecture. I remember that 3 years ago when President Buhari came in, he talked about handling security in Nigeria. Now, what would you say about the security? Has he done well so far in handling the Nigeria security system?
If he had done so well, you know, we've seen reports that the president is making efforts, collaborating. One of the first things I think we want to give credit to is the fact that when he came in, he went around the neighboring countries to collaborate with them to fight Boko Haram. Now, this was a step he actually had found at the initial time when Jonathan was there. Let's forget about that. The progress so far is tilted in the sense that when the people of a nation cannot fully embrace the security architecture of that nation, there's something is actually wrong. Are you for sure confident with the security operation of the current security that we have now? If I answer that question, you find out that you're not confident, because you will say that, oh, this person's, the security heads are majorly of one stock, mostly Muslims, mostly of the north. So there's that circumspect that there's a tendency for them to compromise or do things, or only get to do things. That's why Danjuma actually, made that allegation that there's a collusion to a set of people. There's ethnic cleansing. Because if you look at architecture, the security heads of this architecture, the military head is from where? And there's been this age-long fight between the Fulanis and the Jukuns and the rest of the people. We cannot take away the history. So let's say we need to begin to teach history in our schools so that we can remember some of these things and know that, look, these things have been happening, there's a recurrence of these happenings, and not to say there's one magical thing that's happening somewhere. So the president currently, I can say averagely, yes, but he would have done better if he had actually been sensitive of the Nigerian nation, how we are easily polarized on ethnic or religious lines, and be sure there's a balance of appointment with the security heads, so that one ethnic group don't think that, oh, we're being marginalized, or one region don't think that, I think what these guys are trying to do, they're trying to undermine us completely. Those persons will look for ways to sabotage the effort of the government.
So can you categorically say that he used the issue of security to trap Nigerians?
Well, I won't say that, because that's going to be a lecture. I need to get my facts right to say that I use that to trap Nigerians. But I think in security, they said there's no absolute peace. The reason why it's so is that the security agents will be busy. If there's absolute peace, then it is not their job, right? So there will be some elements of insecurity, so that they'll be busy. Some control. So if there's been this security challenges, some of the conspirators said that, oh, the president's popularity was running down, and so what he had to do is to look away. This happens, that would make him look like a very tough guy. But the way it happened, it doesn't show that he's actually a tough guy, because if these guys came in, there are jubilations, and one girl is remaining, it means that he wasn't that tough guy. Because if it was that tough guy, everybody would have been released.
Talking about that one girl, Leah Sharibo, now we are aware that she's a Christian and she has not been released. And reports having it that she refused to be converted. Now, do you sense anything foul playing out here?
Well, take a mind to Chibok.
Okay.
Majority of those who were adopted were Christians. And to date, we've not had all the release. Dapchi, majority of those who were adopted were Muslims, and 99% of them have been released. So I want you to leave you with that analogy, because we cannot rule out the fact that there's been this subtle religious fight of supremacy. If a sect believes that your faith is insignificant, and that their own faith is better than your faith, and need to force you. I read the Quran, I read the Hadith. I haven't seen where you have to force someone to convert to your religion. It's not part of the Islamic tenets that we have. But some persons in some other translations have seen reasons why they should do that, because actually in the Quran, Hadith rather, where you needed to, if you're able to get someone, an infidel for instance, an infidel is who? That's coloration. Need to be taken out so that people don't abuse it. Okay. So if the girl said from what he heard from the father that the girl refused to convert, and they are holding her hostage to date, that means they've seen her as a slave. That means also there's actually Islamic jihad in that context. So what Christians will now do is to begin to mobilize, isn't it? But they say, I know the Christians will not mobilize in that context. They will only pray.
Exactly.
You know, and pray that God will do what He will do to release her back home. That's what we hope for. But if it goes on like this, after a while, Daniel's call to action will be the next thing. Self-defense. Defend your faith. You know, and so we don't want to have that experience where we have this kind of jihadist fight like what happened in, in 13th, 17th century. We need to begin to take ourselves from that place. So the government on our part needed to do much more and to be seen to be doing so, not just lip service. I find it, appalling to see the girls being invited to the villa to see the president. I felt that what the president would have done was to go to Yobe, to Dapchi, and receive them. Show his presence, show his might as the president, commander-in-chief of the armed forces, that he is on ground. So that they now know that, oh, this happened and the president moved this way, that means there's something else. So all the security agents will also be alive to the responsibility. This jamboree, bringing them to this place and all of that, that's a caution. It just looks like, makes it look like a child's play. I'm actually saddened with that.
Okay, one final question from me before I hand over to Anthony. Now, if you look at the approach in which the president has been taking towards going to issues like this, like, for example, the girls had to come to the villa to meet him. And in other cases, it took, like, in the issue of Benue, he had to take a while before he went there. Now, do you really think that the president so far, with these actions we're seeing at different times, do you really think he doesn't take the Nigerian people seriously?
I heard the president one time said he's slow to speak or take action because he wants to be sure before making this thing. Spontaneity doesn't need any skill. It shows a leadership style. Okay. When you wait for people to cry until they are tired of crying, you visit them, your sympathy will not be received. The style of the president in responding. Corruption, there's a cobweb system. By the time you pick the person who stole money, who has misappropriated funds, somebody high up there is connected to that money. So if we need to begin to see how we can address, so if you want to remove cobweb in your house, you know what to do. You have to begin to be sure that what you're going to use to clear the cobweb will not entangle and mess up things. So that's what we find in this country. It's sad, but I still have hope in the sense that when young people like you take up the media and you begin to ask the right question. See, the reason why these things go on continually is because the media has not really asked the right question. Before now, you put up things to the public domain. Government only respond or react when they think they are being embarrassed. Or else they don't do anything. Yesterday I went to do an inspection in one of the schools in Guarimpa, the earlier schools, and two of the schools. I was shocked to my marrow to see that what they have there is not, and no seats, the buildings, the ceilings have gone off. How will those kids grow up to become responsible citizens of this country? That's why the criminals are being bred from. Because by the time they go to a certain level, they look for ways to want to get the money that they see those big guys are having. They're going to stealing. From petty stealing, they become kidnappers, armed robbers, and all of that. We have a problem. It's solvable. But why are we not solving it? Because we have not really had the right leadership in place. We have not had people who have been prepared for leadership in this country. We only have people who have an opportunity. I think it is time we need to begin to call those who have been involved in different coups in this country to question. Let's prosecute them, try them, punish them, steal them of all national honors that they are enjoying currently, so that those who are coming behind will not begin to look forward to doing that kind of thing they can get away with.
Oh boy, it's been awesome, always awesome talking with Kevin Fineface as we look at the challenges facing Nigerian security architecture and also looking at Leah Sharif Buzai's continuous detention. If you missed this interview, oh boy, you missed a lot, but I want to say thank you very much for joining us on the Day of Nigeria. All right, we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be looking at the big stories on Nigeria's dailies.
going to your countries, trying to get rich.
Hello viewers, welcome to the Oracle live on television Nigeria. The Oracle is a 1-hour free consultation clinic on governance, the democratic process, peace and security matters, and global strategic issues. The Oracle.
That they trust this beautiful, amazing Wednesday morning.
All right, so that's how we cut a wrap on the entire program. It's been Daybreak Nigeria on television Nigerian. It's been awesome sharing the breakfast with you. Hope you had a fun time getting all the big stories on the foreign scene and also the big stories right here in Nigeria. And the discourse on today, this segment was the challenges facing Nigerian security architecture and also the consequence or issue as regards the continuous detention of Lee Sharibu, who is one of the last Chibok girls yet to be released. We're hoping that she'll be released very soon, and so we're urging federal government to do all that is needful to ensure that